Well, you know, we talk about this all the time, that with inflation playing a role, spending for the money for schools, they say can be as much as $600 per kid just for back to school items. But don't worry, help is on the way. I spoke with Sarah Butler with Goodwill Industries to see what they have currently and what bigger deals are coming up down the road. Take a look. Well, you take one look at the racks and it seems like the clothing goes on forever, and this is just the children's section. Sarah, tell me a little bit about how much can we actually save if we come to Goodwill for back to school clothes?
Well, back to school clothing is one of the biggest expenses for families who are heading back to school, particularly if you have more than one child. And this year in particular, the cost of everything has gone up because of inflation, supply chain issues. We've all heard that story.
Oh, yeah.
So parents are expected to spend more per child than ever before. So if you can save by buying gently used clothing at a place like Goodwill or by doing a clothing swap with other families, you know, children outgrow clothes very quickly. So many secondhand children's clothing items in particular haven't been used very much. They've still got a lot of life in them.
What about school supplies? Because I don't think about that when I think of Goodwill. I think mostly clothing, but you say no, that's not the case. You have that.
Absolutely. Well, a place like Goodwill, we sell what people have donated. And so it may surprise you if you go into a thrift store, the things that you might be able to find. We have things like 3-ring binders and other office supplies. We even now have currently up in the front of our store, I saw some unopened packages of notebook paper. And if you need things like small furniture items for your at-home office, those are kinds of things that we have as well.
It's very good. Jeans, that's a staple, right? And you guys have a big sale coming up, so it's good for back to school.
It's perfect timing. Our annual Back to School Blues jeans sale is this Friday, August 5th through the 14th. And during that sale, all of our regularly priced blue jeans are buy one, get one free. So it's adult, children, infants, everything. And jeans are such a wardrobe staple. It's an opportunity to save a lot of money.
That's phenomenal, and parents are spending like $600 plus on each kid, so it's time to head to Goodwill. Yeah, she was saying that with jeans, I think she said it was, in some cases, it was a 10th or a 20th of name brand jeans of the price. So
wow.
you could save between 70 and 90% on jeans.
And a lot of great things at the Goodwill. You can get some stuff that still has the original tag on it that means it wasn't necessarily used by someone else before. I mean, I like to shop there too, even for my work clothes, and I found some really, really nice things.
I have never considered Goodwill for school supplies.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
I know,
that
me
was
too.
Surprising to me.
Yeah.
So I asked her about it. I said, I thought it was all clothes. She goes, no. She goes, we take whatever people donate. And she said sometimes people come in with excess and they just, we had a bunch of pencils left over from our class and they raised some school supplies, and now it's hit or miss. You know, every store, you don't know what's going to get in.
And every day probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's exactly right.
But that's a good place to check, because I know a lot of times teachers will ask for certain supplies and it's not necessarily for the child, it's for the classroom. Like you're buying extra packs of paper for the classroom. So that's definitely a place to look too when teachers are looking for those additional materials.
She also said that, well, and I had forgotten about this, you can shop on Goodwill.com. You can buy and have things shipped to you. One of my friends in the newsroom does this all the time. You can buy all kinds of nostalgic stuff and have it shipped to your house like an eBay.
You did a story on that before,
yes,
right? Yeah,
yes.
so then you could do that with the school supplies too.
Because a lot of people do that with vinyl now. They buy their records through that. So pretty cool.
I like how she mentioned, you know, the small furniture type stuff too, because I mean, it's like for dorm rooms or like people going off to college. I mean, you get some good stuff.
Trivia, by the way, Sarah that we interviewed, she was on Jeopardy 4 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Isn't that crazy? We were talking about it today. She won one match and then lost in the second time.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.